everyone. Welcome back to That's It with Cheryl. So I wanted to give you the latest update in regards to the shooting yesterday at Madison, Wisconsin. So the shooter is a female, a 14-year-old girl. Her name is Natalie Rubin, and they call her Samantha for short, I guess. And she is the person that did the shooting yesterday. And details are still emerging on the course of the Madison, Wisconsin shooting that left people among them unknown. Like, why did this happen? Why did she did this? And she also took her own life. She killed herself, like I said yesterday. And now police officers are going through her social media page, her computer. Her parents are cooperating with law enforcement. And what's interesting that they found in her social media that a potential neon-Nazi violence that she was looking up, and also mass shooting events that she was searching for too, and which is very, very odd and weird and very disturbing for a 14-year-old girl. And with with that being said, with a lot of mass shooting, you always hear about males or men, doing the shooting. It's very rare that you see a female um, doing a mass shooting, but here it is, a 14-year-old just shot up the place yesterday, and it's just crazy to me that how did she get that handgun? Supposedly it's a 9 millimeter handgun. How did she got access to it? Was it a family member? Was it her parents that owned a gun? We don't know 100% sure, but it's just tragic. It's just tragic again what happened yesterday to the family, to the children. I know two of them are in critical condition right now. We don't know the update, but just set a prayer for each and one of them. This is just very tragic. Especially Christmas is right around the corner, and it's just sad. It's just sad that this is happening to the families. And if you guys do have children, give your children a big hug and a kiss. Be grateful and thankful they're safe in their homes and in their room, and then that you love them. I know being a parent is a lot of work. It can be stressful, but also at the same time, it's such a rewarding. It is. It's such a rewarding to be a parent and to love a child and to protect a child as well. And you would think that they would feel protected in school, along with the teachers. And then this tragic incident happened yesterday, which is just so sad. And again, I will give you more updated details in regards to this. My hearts and prayer go out to the victims, and we're going to know more about the shooter, why she did this, what motivated her just to take this act of violence, to shoot innocent children at the school, and then she killed herself on top of that. So hopefully, we will know more investigation in regards to this. So I'm going to switch gear in regards to this topic. Now, I don't know about you guys. Today, I really had a rough day. I really had a rough day at work. I thought, it's going to be a great day and things are going to be fine. But until I got pulled into an office with my boss, and there's this other woman who does I can't remember what she does. She does some type of A&R that she makes sure like all the checks and refunds are good, that we send patients their refunds checked. So I don't know about you guys. Have you ever had like a position that you worked in for like a year or 3 or 4 years, and then you love what you do and you love that position that you do, and then you turn around in a blink of an eye, it's taken away from you, and then your boss is just giving you some lame excuse why it has to happen, why things have to change, blah 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 blah, like womp 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 womp. Well, that happened to me. So I've been at this medical office for a year, and I really like what I did. And I'm so sorry for the noise, guys, for my dog. Forgive me. But anyway, and I really like what I'm currently doing compared to where I was working before. And now what I was totally blindsided that now my position is shift a little bit. I'm no longer like, I'm going to still be in the back end in the office, but Monday through Friday, I'm going to be in the front end, meeting front desk. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not what I got hired for. Okay. I didn't get hired just to be a full-time front desk. I, and nothing against someone that's working in the front desk. I just want to be very clear. But when I got hired from when I was in New York to here, I got hired to do like high level jobs. You know what I mean? That's why they pay me a little bit more. Not to do like front desk stuff. Like I've done front desk many years ago. And I don't mind doing it to help out. But I don't want it to be like my full-time thing. And then that's what it feel like to me, that that's what they're doing, moving my position to front desk full time. It's like basically like a demotion. That's what I told the woman. I'm like, this is not the first time this happened to me, and I'm not thrilled. I'm not happy about it, and it's not right. This is not what I signed up for. This is not the position that I got hired for. I don't mind helping out and going to the front desk, but to make it as my full time position, that's not right. And I'm the only one that's doing it. In the past, it was all my employees, we shift, it's different days. Like for example, Monday I cover the front desk, and so cover Tuesday, so cover Wednesday, so cover Thursday, and then Friday. No, that all changed now starting next week. So next week is just all going to be me covering the front desk, which I feel like is not right. I feel like there's more to it than that. Even though the woman, and I don't want to give her name out, even though the woman told me some lame bullshit excuse, which is totally bullshit, and I can just read through her. I'm like, no, why you can't just hire a part-timer? Why you can't just hire a part-timer to cover the front? Why do you need me specifically just to do it? And I'm like, I'm not with that. You know what I mean? I know my qualifications. I know my self-worth, and I'm not going to go and work at a job and stay there for 8 hours and be miserable. I'm not doing that. I work very hard where I am right now, especially when I worked in New York. I didn't have no not let me rephrase that. I had a little bit of experience in the medical field because I did nursing, and also I worked at a chiropractor, but nothing with physical therapy department until, I got hired up there. I mean, not hired, but I found a job up there, and then I learned physical therapy and orthopedic. And once I got into that field, I loved it completely because it was so different. And I worked my way up to the point that I was a manager, managing the physical therapy department and assisting with the doctor in his orthopedic practice. And the doctor saw so much potential in me that I was hardworking, I was driven, I was passionate. I was the first person in the office and the last person to leave. I even came in on a Saturday. And I got paid salary, you guys, salary. So I didn't get paid extra overtime. And in the hours that I accumulated, he used it as my vacation pay, which the doctor was totally, completely fair, which I love. And I miss working for him. I really do. And I wish that he had a practice here that I could just run his practice for him and work for him. But with that being said, I just feel like here, the current job that I have now, I feel like I'm devalued. I feel like I'm not appreciative. I feel like I'm not appreciative of my self-worth and then the work that I've done. I come to work, I punch in, I punch out, I'm always on time, I mind my business. I stay away from the drama and the shenanigans, okay, with the whole employee. They all talk about, a bunch of nonsense and this and that. And the thing is, they're indirect. They're not direct. Me, I'm direct. I told a woman, listen, I'm not happy about it. I feel like there's more to it than this. I feel like that's not fair that you single me out, that I'm the only one that's working the front desk and no one's not. Because everyone else have work, a lot of work. What about me? I've been like telling these people, I'm willing to learn more things. I'm willing to, you have more responsibility, because at the end of the day, knowledge is power, you guys. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you know. And I said it so many times, and it seemed like it just goes on deaf ears, which I'm sick of. So you know what? I started looking for a job, you guys. I started applying Indeed and looking for another job, because I'm not going to stay at a job when I feel like I'm not being appreciative, when I feel like, all the work that I have done and it's going on deaf ears and there's nothing to show for it. Okay, I am not a front desk person. I have done my share working at the front desk and working my way up. I used to be a manager at physical therapy department. And I'm not trying to put anyone higher or me, but that's a big deal, especially for me, for coming from where I was then and where I was now at the time. And now it's like I feel like I'm going backwards, and I don't want to go backwards. And then the other employees have other higher roles and position, and then you're gonna put me as front desk? No, I don't think so. That don't work with me. that don't work with me. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find another job because I am not going to be miserable at a job that I'm sit there for 8 hours and have like a sourpuss on my face. Okay, I'm not doing that. And you guys, I was pissed. Okay, for me, when I'm mad, I'm mad. There's no in between with me. I can't. You will know that I'm mad. Okay, some people they cover up. They laugh with their employees, kiki, yeah, do this and talking. Not me. When I'm mad, you know I'm mad. I can't hide it. Okay, because that's just messed up. It's very messed up, and it's just wrong, and it's just unjust. Okay, I can't hide it. You know what I mean? And my boss, she knew I was mad, and she said, "Clear away from me." She said, "Clear," because I was pissed off. And the woman that told me about the changes that start next week. She was not hearing what I was saying. She was not hearing that that was a demotion. And she had a nerve to say, well, you will know if it was a demotion. Lady, it is a demotion, okay? I got hired for this, and then you moving me, you having me do something completely different. That's not what I got hired for. And I told her that, I can do this and that while I'm up front. And then she's thinking that I'm going to make mistakes. I'm like, I'm saying to myself, woman, do you know who I am? You have no idea what I'm capable of. I'm not like other people, okay? Everyone is different. Everyone have their workflow is different. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I'm capable or what I'm not capable of doing. I can multitask. I can do this right now and I can do something else. I can do 3 things at once, even 4 things, even 5 things, okay? I worked at the busiest practice in New York, and I was capable of managing and doing everything and making sure everything was done. Point blank, period. And start all over. That's it. That's it. And she has no idea my capability because she's not there all the time. She comes Tuesday and Friday. They rotate her and the other her co-workers of hers. They rotate. So she's not here all the time to see my work ethic. She's not. And I'm like, are you my boss or this other woman's my boss? Like, which is it? Because I'm confused. I don't know who to answer to now because you're telling me that now my position is changed. This one didn't know about it, which I believe my boss knew about it, but she's playing stupid and I'm not dumb. I believe that she knew about it and she was just trying to play dumb. Okay. And I'm like, you're not going to insult my intelligence. I know the game. I know how it works. And I believe that's just my belief that she knew about it and then she just playing dumb. And I just feel like that's not right. That's not right. I was totally blindsided. Totally blindsided. You would think she would give me a heads up, my boss, before she walked me in the office. But no, she didn't. She said she didn't know, which I don't buy it. I really don't. But I'm just telling you guys, if you're in that situation that your boss is just kind of like demoting you and moving you to a different position or whatever, I can't tell you what to do because everyone have to work, to provide for their family, put food on the table, pay their electric bills, excuse me, and I get it. But if you know your self-worth and if you know your capability, quit. Find another job. I'm not telling you to quit now. Just start looking. That's what I'm doing. I'm starting looking now. I apply maybe like 10 jobs in Indeed because I was pissed. I was pissed and I was like, I'm sick of it. Enough is enough. And I applied and I'm going to continue applying. Obviously, it's during the holidays. They're not going to probably, start, reading my resume yet until after the holiday, which that's fine because I took a couple of days off next year. Hopefully I get this interview. So this please be in my prayers, you guys, that I can find something because I had enough. I really do. Enough is enough. I'm not staying at that job. Right now I'm going to stay because I have bills to pay and obviously I want to do the right thing. I'm not that type of person just to leave because I'm not like that. I'm very responsible and I'm not going to do that. But I am looking and I kind of hinted to my boss today because I was very hot. I was very upset and I could not walk out of that office not saying anything and letting her know what happened today was messed up. I was very blindsided and it was wrong. And I did not appreciate that at all. But she said she's going to talk to everyone tomorrow to have a brief meeting because she couldn't say too much because the other woman was there. I'm like, that's fine because I have more things to say to her in a nice professional way, of course. But if that's your situation and that has happened to you, obviously you have to do what's best for you and your family. But for me, I'm just not gonna stay there. I'm not currently gonna stay there anymore. I'm gonna look for another job and find something that I feel like, I'm going to move up. I feel like I'm going backwards, with this change next week. And I don't feel like it's right. So I'm not staying. I'm not going to stay at that job because I don't feel like it's right. I know my self-worth. I know what I'm capable of. Once I put my mind to something, I do it. Boom, 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 boom. Even though it takes me longer than other people, but I get it done. I execute. Okay. I don't play around. When I'm focused and driven in regards to something, I'm passionate and I get it done. You see results, you guys. You see results. And I just feel like they don't see it. And I feel like I'm not being appreciative. And I'm like, why would I be at a job and I'm not being appreciative and people not giving me more tasks to do? They're giving it to other people, and that's not fair. That's not fair to me. So it's like, instead of me being miserable and have a sourpuss on my face all the time, I'm just gonna write it out, you guys, until I find another job. I'm gonna keep posting. So please keep me in your prayers that I find another job and hope that everything turns out according to God's plan. And before I go, and I realized this in the car. Maybe this happened for a reason. And I have to think God has a plan for me. Maybe He knows that this current job that I have right now, that is not forever, which I knew is not forever. And I believe everything happens for a reason. So I have to, instead of me being upset about this whole situation that I got blindsided, that it's a blessing. And I have to realize that it's a blessing from God that this is happening. But even though this is happening and God is allowing it to happen, and even though it's a blessing, even though I don't understand why this is happening, but I will probably understand it later on, because I truly believe everything happens for a reason. I believe that God put us in a path for something great. We don't know what it is. We can't see it. We just have to have faith and trust, which I do absolutely have faith and trust in, that God has something in store for me, something bigger that I can't even imagine, that I can't even see. But that's all coming to faith and trust and believing what God is going to do for me and for you as well. So, with that being said, I'm just going to wait it out. I'm going to see what God has in store for me. I'm just going to continue looking for a job, but it doesn't stop me from expressing how I feel and how messed up it is. And I'm going to let my boss know, because I'm direct. I'm not indirect. Most people, they're indirect and they don't tell you how you feel. They go behind your back, or they talk to other employees how you feel. I don't do that. I don't roll with that. That's why I went in the office and I told her how I feel, because I don't want to talk to other people and tell them how I feel, because that's word salad to me. If you tell one person, then the other person tell another person, and they twist your words. No. If you want to hear something from me, you got to hear it directly from me. And that's what I did, and that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. So let me know your thoughts about this. If you went through this similar situation, that you were working and then your boss called you in his or her office and just tell you out of the blue, blindsided, that we're switching your position. Sorry, you guys. Be switching your position and you're doing something completely different. And what will you do in that situation? Would you stay, or would you find another job? So let me know your thoughts about this. And again, I'm so sorry about my dog Apollo barking. He just don't know better. Right, Apollo? Hey, cut it out. I'm sorry, you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for listening and watching. That's it with Cheryl, and I will see you guys next time. And I'm sorry about the barking.